Welcome. My name's Jason. I'm glad you're here. Through the years of researching for hundreds of sermons, I've collected some of my favorite aha moments, and I want to share them here. Whether you're a beginner Bible study enthusiast or a seasoned pro preaching every Sunday, I believe these videos will be of great benefit. It's actually the channel I wish existed years ago. Today, let's look at two things that Jesus never rejects: invitations to dinner and the tears of a sinner, in Luke 7:36-50. The story has three main characters. We have Jesus, Simon the Pharisee, and the sinful woman. The title of a sinful woman sounds a bit crude, but it's essential to the point of the story. Opinions vary as to what it means specifically. Some believe she was a prostitute or an adulteress. The point is, this is how she's perceived by the community. Next is Simon the Pharisee. And as far as community perception goes, he would be the opposite of the sinful woman. He would be considered a man of honor. And of course, we have Jesus, whose identity hangs in the balance. The rumors are that he's a prophet. Simon here calls him a teacher, but the sinful woman experiences him as God. Because he is thought of as a prophet, Jesus gets invited to Simon's house for dinner. Jesus accepts the invitation, reclines at the table, and then the sinful woman comes in. She begins to wash his feet with her tears, dry them with her hair, and anoint them with an oil that surely must have been her most prized possession. And for Simon, this disqualifies Jesus as a prophet. If Jesus really was a prophet, he would know who's touching him, and he wouldn't let her. Because Jesus allows her to touch him, Simon thinks that he is unaware of her spiritual, shameful condition. So Jesus then must not be a prophet. Simon calls him a teacher. After a parable about love and forgiveness, Jesus commends the woman's actions and forgives her sin. This reveals him as God. Now, there's a very beautiful moment in verse 44 where Jesus is looking at the woman. He turns to the woman, but he talks to Simon. And he says, "Simon, do you see her? Do you see this woman?" It's obvious that Jesus sees her differently. And he's inviting Simon to join him, to look past the labels that have defined her whole life. As long as Simon sees her for who people say that she is, all of her behavior seems improper. She's uninvited in this room full of righteous men. She touches Jesus. She's crying. She lets her hair down, which would have been considered totally undignified. But because Jesus can see what's happening in her heart, he commends her actions as appropriate. The degree of her love matches the degree of her debt that's being canceled. The woman then leaves with peace, and the Pharisees are left in conflict. Who is this who can even forgive sin? By knowing who Jesus is, the woman forgets who she once was. She's crying because for the first time in her life of immorality and shame and chaos, she's found peace. And it was so powerful that she forgot how expensive her perfume was when she broke the alabaster vial. She forgot she didn't belong in a room full of important men. She forgot she wasn't supposed to uncover her hair in a room full of strangers. She forgot what was proper and customary and acceptable. She even forgot that she was a sinner. She came to wash his feet, and she left with clean hands. You can end this sermon by challenging your learners to examine their lives in the context of this story. Who are we more like? The sinful woman who understood the severity of her debt, who worships in proportion to her forgiveness, who experiences Jesus as God and Savior and leaves transformed? Or are we more like Simon, who casually engages with Jesus as an interesting teacher, willing to listen to his stories, but unwilling to allow him to change the way we see people and ultimately ourselves? Simon missed a wonderful opportunity to learn and to be transformed. But for him, Jesus was never more than a guest in his house. But for her, Jesus was the Lord in her heart. And that'll preach.